So my name is John Daniel. I come from South London. I'm currently at a law firm doing a solicitor apprenticeship. I've just started my 4th year. In regards to being in year 12, I was studying English, politics, philosophy, and history. So it's normally 2 people every single year. There have been exceptions where it's been 1 or 3, but generally speaking, it's about 2 people, in my firm at least. Outside of the firm and inside of uni as a whole, hundreds of people. I would say probably preparing for the actual questions. What I mean by that is the work experience that you may have to attain in order to get into the role. I'd say it's becoming more and more competitive to actually just get the work experience. You have to send out email after email. It requires a huge amount of discipline, doing as much extensive research as possible. I think, and what I have noticed is, people may send out 20 and then you're rejected for all 20 of those work experiences and then they give up. But given the state of the market as it is now, you're probably looking at doing 50, 100. When I actually got into the apprenticeship route and I did begin to practice advocacy skills, so advising, litigative work, there was a certain kind of like eureka moment where it became apparent, okay, I think anything litigative, that's what I want to go down. That was the best moment where I am going to court, or I am noticing actually I really do enjoy researching cases. Oh yeah, absolutely. I think that definitely does happen. You are a young person who is in a very competitive environment. It can feel quite normal to be like, yeah, this is absolutely beyond me, but you needn't be bogged down by that. The senior associates I've worked with, partners, they are normal people. They do appreciate that. They themselves have been in those positions. But if you are in that role, you are clearly capable and other people do believe in you. Your team will absolutely be there for you. They are genuinely people who will look at you as an apprentice and say, we want to invest in your future. We want to see you be the best possible solicitor apprentice. So I was quite fortunate. I started off in a secondary school that made work experience compulsory in year 10. I did 1 week working in a government office. Then I worked for another week at a university. Every single one of them provided me with the ability to just read information, disseminate what's important, what isn't, and then build up a mindset that encourages resilience. I'd say it also kind of buttressed my interest in the legal aspect of things, of what the commercial legal world is actually like. It's more so about changing the narrative and making it very clear what a degree apprenticeship actually is. If we are having more and more teachers pushing for the degree apprenticeship route and actively talking with parents, whether it's teacher-parent meetings or just even having events, then I do think more and more ethnic minority parents will begin to warm up to that idea. Sixth forms are far more geared towards just going to uni. Don't just go because they do the subjects that you want to do. So I say, what sixth form you go to? I'd say building up a network prior, talking to people, talking to professionals, talking to HR people, talking to partners who are in these kinds of firms. Just foster a good relationship with them. That isn't to say you're guaranteed a job, but I do think it can make quite the difference and your name will be remembered. I'd say they've been quite useful. I did history, politics, philosophy, and English. Humanities subjects do require some degree of knowing how to analyze text. They kind of teach you how to skim for information quite quickly. I think a lot of the skills are needed to grow as a lawyer. You won't necessarily find just by studying A-levels or just studying a humanity-based subject. A lot of it is just on-the-job training. The more you progress, the more responsibility you'll be given. So of course, initially in your first year, you probably will not be given as much. So I'd say time management is the biggest one. You have to have the ability to just juggle so many different things at the same time. I'd also say communication. I think the imperative thing to remember is you need to know yourself. You need to know what you're capable of. I'd say another thing as well is advocacy skills. Drafting is a major one. Just having to learn how to read vast amounts of information, but making sure my attention to detail never wavers. I'd say have a genuine passion for the law. I'd also say make sure you have the ability to be resilient. Law is very difficult, it's very tough. It can be very taxing, but if you have a passion for the law, you will be fine. I'd ask people, remember that it's not just strictly about you. People think that coming into law is about seeking prestige and status and just a lot of money. I think mentorship is about empathy. So it may be a case where I've had the exact same experiences as someone. I'm going to therefore give you as much advice, as much feedback, as much support as someone who sees the world as you see it. I think with my generation, there is this kind of disposition to just look at the world and be like, yeah, everything is completely hopeless. But I do think one of the smallest ways that you can kind of curtail that mentality is just by helping young people and making them realize what can you do in your immediate standing right now. I would have asked them, how do you cope with the difficult aspects of the job? I would have also asked them, when did you know what type of lawyer you wanted to be? Or was that just something that was a continuous process of changing and changing and changing? My name is John Daniel. I am a mentor at Success at School. And I'm here to help out with whatever kind of law applications, whatever legal advice pertaining to acquiring a degree apprenticeship. I'm just all around here to just ensure that you can get that degree apprenticeship that you really want to get.